Hello, welcome. Missed 2 days with my daily lives, but I'm back now to talk about the conscious and subconscious levels of the mind today. They're an important part on the self-healing journey and on the management of chronic pain or migraines. And so I'll take, let's say, 20 minutes. We'll make it a bit shorter today to tell you what I know and what's my input on these. Let me check my notes if I have everything ready. And so we have the conscious mind, the one where we're aware of things. We're aware of what we're doing. We're able to walk. We're able to brush our teeth. We're able to get up and think, what is it we want to do? But usually, if there's something happening underneath, basically something we don't understand right away, it is probably stored in the subconscious mind. And actually, the subconscious mind helps us automatize things and helps us be able to work on the daily basis with ourselves, with paying attention to many different things. So the subconscious mind is, let's say, like a database processing on the behind the scenes, but it is like the key in most of the operations. And I will directly join it to the case of chronic pain and understanding how chronic pain doesn't occur suddenly with no reason, but the reasons and the understanding for you or the pattern hidden is in the subconscious mind. So on this self-healing journey, we learn how to access that subconscious mind, and how to access it is in a state of relaxation, in a state of harmony and peace. So we learn to implement this state of harmony and peace into your life so that you can access your subconscious mind easily, and so that you can access this information you need to know in order to heal your migraine, heal your pain. Okay, so, and there in the subconscious mind, there are hidden patterns or hidden memories of what happened to you and why on the subconscious level you have decided to feel that pain, because that was the only way you knew how to cope in that situation. And you have overly decided that it was better to protect yourself with that pain, because the opposite of the pain is expressing our power and being who we are. But often as we grow up, we're told what is correct and what is not. Therefore, we suppress our power. We suppress our knowings. We suppress what we see and what we know is true. And especially if people, as grown-ups, we learn to lie to ourselves and lie to others, because it's not malicious, or it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it's again a coping mechanism. We're trying to hide something we're ashamed of, something that we don't accept about ourselves or we don't embrace about ourselves. For example, feeling pain, and this is also, or being sick or diseased. Okay, maybe we have learned to suppress this and act as if nothing's happening. How many times, if you go back and remember, how many times did you act as if nothing is happening? Because as small children, maybe we have cried in some situation and the parent didn't take awareness, because that was the best again that parent did, and maybe he guided us to suppress the feeling we have then and there. And with any suppression of the feeling, as I talked about this on the live about how you're not the emotion, but by suppressing an emotion, so by pushing it down, by not feeling it, we actually strengthen it and we stop it inside ourselves. We don't allow it to flow. So for example, anger, or if we felt pain or if we were hurt in that instant, when you intervene with that situation by saying, don't cry, not now, don't annoy me right now. Then as kids, because we want the unconditional acceptance, we want our parents because we feel unconditional love for them, so we want them to accept us. And this is when we will suppress ourselves in order to be accepted. And these are actually the core patterns of a chronic pain, of a chronic migraine, of something chronic, something disharmonious appearing in your life, because you have created this disharmony. You have to understand that you have created it, therefore you have the ability to change that. You have the ability to recreate it again. And how we do this is entering the subconscious mind, because this is where the information is. So whenever you're looking for the answers outside, that some magical medicine will cure you, or some medication or someone will come to help save you, you need to change the attention span where you put it, the direction of the attention, where you divert it, and you need to look into the subconscious mind. And it's not even like saying it as plain words, like you need to look into yourself and understand, but it is really by learning how to achieve a harmonious state, because especially if you're doing your best on the everyday, you're coping, you're trying to survive life, and there's just a thing, another, then probably there isn't a harmonious state in your life, meaning during the day you're not able to enter a harmonious state. But this is a skill, this is what we learn. So if on the daily basis we start focusing just our attention, our energy to inside us, and start being aware what is happening, what am I feeling in different situations, what is arising, anxiety, where do I feel it? So by observing this, how our body really works, this is the way, actually what I would say comes before learning meditation, or comes along with breathing techniques. Breathing techniques are a great way in order to develop a state of harmony in your life, because if you don't practice the state of harmony, it's not going to occur. There will never be like a sudden flip. Now I'm stressed and now I'm going to be peaceful, at peace with myself. This is something you need to learn how to implement into your life. This is something you need to learn how to practice. And you develop this state of peace. It comes from within, it comes from practice and a state of harmony, and being okay with an even bigger and bigger situation. For example, again, money is a great example of how the nervous system works, how the conscious and subconscious mind work, because with different amounts of money, we have a different nervous response. Money is neutral in its core, like every situation is neutral. But when you imagine a situation where you're spending money, and you're spending a little amount, it's okay with you on an everyday basis. But then, when the amount gets higher, or you imagine receiving that larger amount, then maybe your nervous system isn't ready for this. And this is the work with implementing a harmonious state, a state of, actually it's called hypnotherapy, which is not hypnosis, but it's a state of high relaxation when our brain waves get into a beta state. And it is the moment, for example, when we go to sleep, it's that glimpse of peace, of release. All the tension releases. But especially if we're experiencing chronic pain, which is closing of the tension, it's a closed energy somewhere in our body, migraine also, then what we have learned is to in any situation to tense up. We have learned that. Or for example, being stressed is a pattern again. We have learned to be stressed. There's no reason for us to be stressed in different situations, but we have learned this. And the same way, you can learn how to not be stressed in these situations, or not be triggered by large amounts of money, or not be triggered by people, or not be basically out of balance anytime, because you develop this skill within you. You develop this skill of relaxation within you, and then wherever you go or whatever situation occurs, you come back to it. And as much as you practice it, the more you practice it, the deeper you can get into that relaxation, and the deeper or the easier it is for you to get into that state, even if normally that would have been a triggering person for you, with the patterns that are opposite to yours, for example. But then if you create that peace within, that pattern of achieving a balanced level of your waves in your brain, which then we can call it like wisdom, and the peace, the inner peace or inner balance, then none of those situations will turn you like out of your line or will trigger you anymore. Or the emotions won't arise, because you will learn how to be there with the emotions, even accept them or expect them coming up, and allow them the flow that they weren't allowed once upon a time. Okay, so every pattern we have stored in the subconscious mind is the one actually we have maybe even subconsciously decided, because we decide to take a state, take always some side of what's safe for us. So the mind always goes for the safe solution, not for what it knows usually. Okay, so it usually decides it's best to stay safe because of the natural instinct of protecting yourself. So if we want to really find out what is the pattern, what's hidden, what's the reason, even for us to understand, a lot of our experiences, we have suppressed them into the subconscious mind because we don't want to keep reminding ourselves of them. But if we want to find the key of the migraine, of the chronic pain, we must learn how to enter the subconscious mind without judgment, without connecting to it, but at a state of ease, at a state of release. So once we enter the subconscious mind, we are okay with what we see there. Maybe it will take us, then it starts flooding in. If you learn how to work with this, then the memories that you have suppressed long ago, and maybe were even insignificant for you, then they will arise and they will say, oh, this is where I made the decision, for example, not to trust people, or not to trust money, or not to trust myself, or where I created the migraine pattern. Okay, and this has layers. So there are many situations that have created it, depending on the intensity of the pain. And the more intense it is, the more layers there are to this. And the pain can be also mental, it can be anxiety, it can be depression. So especially if it has built up into something that you're just feeling and you know it's coming, and you're like in the state more of like not understanding why it's coming, why again, why is this happening to me, and all of these things, it will be some things hidden in the subconscious mind. We work this with this technique, or there are different techniques you can use for this, but we work with this on the migraine coaching, the individual migraine coaching. This is what it's about, guiding you to, or helping you guide you to your subconscious mind, so that then you can learn how to enter your subconscious mind easily whenever you want. That skill you develop, and it's there always for you. Of course, when it's possible for you, when you feel like it, when it calls you, oh, there's something you need to look at, basically. It's not that you will have to do this all the time, all day, every day. Obviously, the conscious mind is still there, but it is basically about learning how to enter the subconscious mind, how to calm yourself. And no matter how this situation is stressful, no matter if there are bombs exploding around you, you can still develop this ability to enter the peace and the subconscious mind of understanding. Because if you develop the peace state, and if you're starting, for example, with meditation, but there are too many thoughts and too much comes up into your mind, this is because there's too much unresolved patterns in the subconscious mind. And you resolve them by allowing yourself to understand them, by allowing yourself to see them, by allowing yourself to experience that feeling that came with it, by putting that energy into motion again and creating the emotion and allowing the emotion to flow through you, instead of how we have coped when we weren't aware of emotional intelligence. That's why it's becoming a topic, why mental health is becoming a topic, because there has been just so much stuff suppressed and hasn't been dealt with, and then it causes it causes disease or chronic pain or some disharmony within yourself. Okay, so it is important, basically, first to be aware that there is a conscious mind and there's a subconscious mind, that the conscious mind helps us work on the daily basis, and the subconscious mind stores a lot of value, a lot of information for us. But if we operate it on the daily basis on the level of the subconscious mind, that we wouldn't be able to walk, we wouldn't be able to cope, because there's just so much stuff. And this is the advantage, because this helps us react on different situations. This helps us learn so much stuff along the way. This helps us, and if we learn this, actually we can augment the capacity of our brain, of our operating brain, of our sensational brain. This is why we can develop to feel feelings we didn't know we could. We can feel sensation if we felt like we were emotionless, we can't feel things. This is because we have suppressed this ability. It's just, this is an ability always available for us, but it's our choice to see if we want to develop it, if we want to develop feelings. We suppress feelings because of being hurt in the past. It's never occurring in the now moment. And those patterns that we have suppressed are hidden in the subconscious mind, so we can access them, open them, understand them, and they heal with this understanding, and then we liberate ourselves from it. So this is why we also do it, because this brings relief, this brings liberation. Understanding ourselves, our own patterns, actually brings relief, liberation, and ease into our life. This enables us to then develop meditation, because if you ever tried, before I learned how to meditate, I wasn't really able at all to meditate, because I just wasn't able to calm my mind. I wasn't able to rest for a minute even, just to sit there, do nothing. But this is a skill we can learn, and it is a good way to start with the understanding of the subconscious mind before we go into, okay, I will meditate for 5 minutes, because 5 minutes a day can be a very long time for meditation if you're beginning. But to me, the way I see it now, if I knew this, that it is okay just to be there for the mind, just to start observing. Oh, the subconscious mind is here. First, awareness of it being here. And second is, it helps me always. It creates the emotions, it creates reactions of my body, of my brain. It creates my reactions. So if I want to change them, I have to observe, how do I usually react? And not punish myself for it, not with a judgment, but with observation. This is how I am now, but I can achieve a different state. I can achieve peace within. I can achieve the life situation where in the reality there won't be traumatic situations appearing again, because I have learned the ability to create peace within. This then helps me expand. This then helps me do more, create more. This gives me relief and bravery also, hand in hand. It allows me to go for what I want. It doesn't hold me back anymore, because the subconscious mind then holds us back if we don't understand it, if we stay in those patterns that we have subconsciously decided to follow. So this is a very important thing on the self-healing journey. And let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to know more, or if you want to join the migraine coaching. There's always some spots, so you can DM me directly. And yeah, I'll see. Now we're traveling. I'm visiting my home country, so I'll see if I manage to do the lives every day or every second day. For these 2 weeks, I'll be here for this month, and then probably in the second half of this month it should come up a bit more regularly again. Every day I would like to continue this education for you to be able to go back in the lives and learn about your chronic pain, your migraines, and feel better. So that's my biggest goal. So have a beautiful, amazing day. We have many activities planned ahead today, and we're enjoying ourselves a lot, so I'm really excited to be here. And yeah, I'll talk to you later, and I'll save it on the profile again. Have a lovely day.